Rita, and today we have a very special guest for us. His name is Xuan. And right now, actually, for the first time, we will have a chance to hear his story. Now, he's right here shooting with me. Let's welcome Xuan. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Well, thank you for inviting me to Amos Talk. I'm really excited.
Well, that's good. Can you introduce yourself to everyone?
Well, of course. My name is Xuan. I'm 13 years old. And my hobbies is playing football, playing volleyball, and a lot of different sports. Also, I like listening to music.
That sounds exciting. Now, do you spend a lot of time with your family?
Not really much, just for the evening.
Just in the evening? And who are you closest to in your family?
Well, the one I'm closest to in my family is my mother.
Your mother. What do you do in your free time or your spare time? What do you do?
Well, I don't really sure because I do a lot of activities. But I can name some, like playing sports, play games, hang out with friends, and others.
Oh, sounds exciting. Now, I do have a question. Why do you think it's important to have role models in our lives?
Well, I think it's because they help you to keep believing in something. And they can be your coach and they will inspire you doing something. And you will learn something good from them.
That's great. This is the topic you're going to talk about today, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Who is your role model, by the way?
Well, I was going to pick my mother, but then I switched to my best friend.
Wow. And are you ready for that presentation?
Well, hello. Nice weather today, hey? But even though seeing the weather here is impossible. So we all have a person whom we admire, right? And so do I. So how is that person? Is it the one who can cheer you through the difficulty in your life? Or is it the one who can cheer you with endless encouragement? If you listen to my presentation, you will know more about whom I admire and why I can find inspiration from that person. I'm quite sure that my presentation will be worth listening to all of you. So, good afternoon. Let me introduce myself. My name is Xuan, and I'm going to talk about the person whom I admire. Thank you for coming to my talk today. I highly appreciate that. So I've divided my talk into 5 main parts. Firstly, I'm going to introduce, giving you some brief information about that person. Secondly, I will move on to his physical appearance, like body, hair, face, etc. Then I will tell you about his personality and his behavior. Fourthly, I'll tell you about his hobbies. And finally, I will tell you about how I feel about him and what I like about him. I have a lot of best friends, but the one whom I admire most, who can relate it to me like no other, is my friend, Phật Đài. I've known him for 10 years. I still remember the first time we met. I thought I always flashed back like immediately to that moment when I hit him at the playground. And fortunately, we struck up a relationship and got on like a house on fire. Physically, Dai looked like a mature man with an average height. He's pretty slim, especially when wearing vests. He has an oval face and dark hair. His black eyes with his high nose and sparkling teeth attract the attention of everyone. He prefers wearing school uniforms than others because that's his hobbies. That easy, right? As for his personality, you can clearly see that he's good-natured, and very kind. He always helps us, no matter how hard it is. In addition, Dai is very friendly, so he can make friends easily. Also, he's very patient. It's very hard to provoke him. But when he's mad, he can be quite aggressive. So you shouldn't make him mad, especially when he feels bad and not good. Dai is a busy man. He rarely goes out playing with his friends. He often spends his time staying at home, studying. That's what I like about him, as he's a really hard-working student. But when he goes out, you can see him at the stadium because he often plays football with his friends to help him get healthier. On top of that, he's also a generous boy. He always goes to charity and helps the poor people. Finally, I just want to say that Dai is the most perfect friend. Since the day we met, there's always been a close bond between us. I hope we'll be friends forever. Together, we'll always be. I don't think that he understands just how much he really means to me. And one day, when we part our ways, we'll think back to the past and think about how happy we are, because our friendship will always last. And that is my talk about my friend, whom I admire. What I talked about was his physical appearance, his personality, his behavior, his personality, his behavior, and clouds. The first thing I want you to do when you leave here today is think about your best friend, and let's try to talk and think about him or her, your special inspiration. Thank you very much.